It's me, Renee. I'm back. And yeah, today I'm from a new visual angle or new place I'm filming. And that is because, as you see from the title, this is my most anticipated, let's say, reads movies of next year. And as you see, those are some of my movies. Yes, I still buy DVDs. Crazy like that. So yeah, I decided to kind of showcase some of my movies behind me. And because I have my movies in like a shelf like this, I kind of have to be down on the floor. Down on the floor. So that's where I am today. And yeah, before today, I had thought I had already made a list of movies I anticipated for next year. And then when I was trying to find the list, I couldn't find it. I do know that I had started to like plan this video, but I hadn't apparently made a list. So yeah, I made the list today. It's here, and yeah, let's start, shall we? Also, surprisingly enough, there aren't really that many movies next year that I'm really excited for. There are some of them, yeah, but like some years there's so many movies, and next year there aren't that many. There are a few, but not tons, no, really. And I suppose some of them are cheating because they're movies that were supposed to come in out this year. They're moved to next year, but they are coming out next year, hopefully. So yeah. Um. Now, should I do it in any order? Or no? I'm just gonna, as usual, I'm just gonna do it randomly. So first we have The Eternals, a new MCU movie. I can't wait for The Eternals. It's a movie based around kind of godlike creatures. They're supposed to like be the family of Thanos, and that sounds very exciting. One of those basic beasts basic pictures that I really love the MCU movies. I haven't really read the MCU comics, so I'm basic that way. But yeah, the Eternal sounds really cool, and from the few pictures I've seen, it looks very cool as well. So far, we don't have any trailers. That's kind of sad, but yeah. Sorry. And then up next, we have Forever and Always, Lara Jean. It's the third and final, as far as we know, movie in the Lara Jean or To All the Boys I Loved Before series. It's a Netflix movie, as probably most people know from before. And yeah, it was rumored to come out late this year, but now we know it's not coming out late this year. We still don't really have a date for when it's coming out next year. I think it's been rumored to come out next February, Valentine's Day, but I don't think it's been confirmed. I'm not sure. I'll just tell you in the comments, well, in the W if I find out. And yeah, then next we have Kingsman or The Kingsman, which is a spin-off of Kingsman. You know that Matthew Vaughn movie with kind of spies in England, and well, also the second one is in the US. I really love those movies, which is kind of a paradox because those movies are very violent, and I really like violence. But yet, I like those movies, and also I really like Deadpool, which is also violent. But I suppose both of those movies have very fun humor in it, and I appreciate the humor aspects of them. So that's kind of what I go to them for, really. So yeah, I think this Kingsman, as I said, it's a spin-off of Kingsman. So it's set in the sorry, in the let's say future, in the past. It's set just before or under the First World War, at least around the First World War. So that sounds very fun, and I've seen a trailer for it, and it looks very cool. It was also supposed to come out this year. It's moved to next year. And yeah, any movies that have trailers from before, I'll link them in doodle. So yeah, that one I really can't wait for. Also, a little tidbit. I listened to an interview a year or two ago, probably 2 years ago, when The Kingsman, the second one, came out, The Golden Circle, and Matthew Vaughn talked about how well, he was asked about Stardust, like I was about to say old. It's not old. The movie he made in 2007, six, something like that, and how it didn't really do that well in the box office, but it's gotten like a cult following afterwards. And like the interviewer asked, do you have like an idea for like a sequel to it? And he said, yeah, he kind of had an idea for a sequel, but since it was bombed more or less on the box office, that didn't happen. But I think like, well, you could do a spiritual sequel, and then you didn't really need to have all the same characters and the same cast. So I'm thinking you could still do it. So cross my fingers that that happens, because I mean, cult movies sometimes get sequels a long time after because they become cult, and then you kind of think, okay, you can do more with this. Like there's reasons to do more. So I'm hoping that happens really. And yeah, I'm gonna do like that. It's kind of like where do I put my camera? And you see my whole chin. I got double chin. You know, I don't really care that much. Like showing off who I am, I don't care. I show off that I'm real. I'm not dull. Well, yeah, I have makeup on, but still. Sorry. And let's move on. The fourth one on the list is Jungle Cruise. So it's a new uh, people's names Dwayne and Rock Johnson movie. It was also supposed to come out this year, was moved. It already has a trailer because of that. And the trailer looks very very fun. So the cast is Dwayne Johnson, Emily Blunt, and Jack Whitehall. I think Jack Whitehall is very, very funny. He has been cast in this movie as a gay character, and that's kind of sketchy because Jack is straight. Well, he hasn't out of the closet yet, but I'm pretty sure, like so far as we know, he is straight. So that's kind of interesting. But still, I really want to watch this movie because it looks very fun and very action filled, and yeah, it looks very fun. So excited for that one. And up next we have Uncharted. It's adaptation of the role playing, no, of the video game, starring Tom Holland, and I love him. So that's kind of my whole reason for watching this. But it's also like, because the movie looks fun, like it's an action movie, and it just seems so fun. So I can't wait to see that. And then we have, you know what, I want to do. You know what, I'm gonna go with this. And then you can just see. I have to get a bit more up because it was getting a bit tiring, really. But yeah, then we have the French Dispatch, which is the new Wes Anderson movie. It's also supposed to come out this year. But yeah, and as I said, new Wes Anderson movie has a great cast. I think even though it's called the French Dispatch, I think it's set in either Hungary or Austria. I don't really think it's set in France. But anyway, I I really enjoy Wes Anderson's movie. I have seen them all, no, but like I love the Grand Budapest Hotel. That's so fun. I love that movie, and that the French Dispatch kind of seems like in the same kind of way in a way. So yeah, and that has a trailer. I'll link it down below, and I can't wait to see that one. And then we have Raya and the Last Dragon, which is the new Disney animated movie. That's well, it's Disney animated. Well, this side Disney animated. Yeah, it's Disney animated movie. It's it's not a spin-off or anything. It's just kind of new. It's based. I think I'm not quite not mistaken. I think it's based on Thai, like for Thailand lore, and that sounds very cool. And there's already, I think there's two trailers, at least one trailer out, and it looks so cool. It was actually announced early in this year, early this year or last year, and then this fall they got like more news on it, and it just sounds so fun and cool, and I can't wait. It looks so cool. I cannot wait. So yeah, that's very exciting. The cast of it is Michelle Tran. Michelle, I think she's called Michelle. I might be wrong in there. But anyway, yeah, she's an Asian American actor, so that's very cool. And there probably is other cool. Yeah, there's also that's Aquafina is also in it, and yeah, I just can't wait for it. And then we have Shang-Chi and uh, the blanking on because there's a subtitle of it. But yeah, anyway, Shang-Chi. It's another Marvel movie. It's the first Asian American or Asian centered Marvel movie, and I think it's kind of thinking to kind of do like the same as Black Panther. So I think the idea is to have most of the cast being Asians, and I think that's what they kind of did. I think most of the cast is Asian, and that sounds very cool. I think it's supposed to be set summers. It's supposed to be set in Shanghai. I'm not sure if all of it is in there, but I think some of it is anyway. And yeah, it's an MCU movie, and yeah, I just think it seems so cool. Seems so cool. So far, we don't really have a trailer, but we do have. Well, yeah. So far, we only really have cast of that. I don't really think we have a trailer, pictures really. Not that I can recall. But yeah, anyway, it sounds so cool. So I cannot wait. Can't wait. Yeah. Come on, checking a bit, and then supposedly Spider-Man 3 is coming out like next year. Though they are filming now. Can I post it release it next year when they're filming now? Is that possible? But according to my sources, it's coming out next year. So if that's coming out next year, yay! Because yeah, those new Spider-Man movies are really cool. Well, I love the first one. The second one felt like it was cool. It was fun. It wasn't amazing. The first one was amazing. But still, I'm thinking like this third one sounds like to a very, very fun concept, and that well, at least the cast. I love the cast. All the movies are coming back, and that sounds very cool. So yeah, so I can't wait to see that. And then respect. There's a names. There's Aretha Franklin biopic coming out, and she's I love her most known one of her most known song is Respect. And yeah, I really like her voice and her song. Well, I suppose Respect. Pretty sure I've heard other songs, but like I'm not very much into it. But like I'm thinking like that sounds like a cool movie to see. So yeah, I can't wait to see that one. That one has a trailer. I'll link it. And then we're moving on to the last year. So I saw Black Adam on some lists, but that's kind of one of the most movies where like it was announced years ago that's coming in 2021, but like now it's has just two casts. I'm like pretty sure it's not coming in 2021 because you can't have cast two people and then not start filming it and then have a release in during next year. I'm pretty sure that's not possible. Not like with a huge superhero movie. I'm pretty sure that's not doable. But yeah, anyway, in parenthesis, Black Adam, like if it comes out this year, well, next year, I'm gonna be so psyched for it. Well, if it comes out in 2022, I'll be psyched for it as well. But yeah, that sounds very, very cool. I saw Shazam, 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 the year it came out, and I really, really enjoyed it. And then we have The Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard. So that's a sequel of that movie, The Hitman's Bodyguard, that came out 2, 3 years ago. Well, yeah, it was a movie. I'm not sure it was like a big hit, but supposedly it's a hit enough that it's becoming a sequel to it. I've heard some people who say they didn't really like it that much. I very much enjoyed it. Thought it was very fun. Like one of those action slash comedy movie, action comedies, and I was thought it was very fun. It has Ryan Reynolds in it, and I think Samuel Jackson is that his name? I'm blanking as well. But that guy from the MCU, Nick Fury, Samuel Jackson. Yeah, that guy. Anyway, yeah, and also Selma Blair, Salma Hayek is also in it. No, it's not her. It's the other one. Okay, yeah, but anyway, yeah, it's got a great cast in it, and yeah, it's a sequel to that movie with a lot of the same cast, and yeah, can't wait for it. Can't wait. And then last, this one as well. We don't really know if it's coming out next year or not. It's from it's Netflix movie, so I suppose it could. Often I feel like Netflix movies sometimes get announced and then they come out at the end of the year. I suppose because it's Easter, or like sometimes they put things out into production and all that stuff faster. I'm not sure, but yeah, I'm thinking that this might come out next year because I'm pretty sure it's already been filmed. We don't have a trailer, but I'm pretty sure it's already been filmed, so it's just kind of like laying there in the vaults. And that is Maxi. It's based on the Jennifer Maffeo, yeah. It's based on that book Maxi. So it's an adaptation of the book. So it's set around high school where some teens start like a revolution to it's not like a thing to try to get the school to be more feminist. And yeah, I really like the book, and I'm excited to see the movie. And yeah, so that is my most excited anticipated movies of next year. If you have any comments, any thoughts, maybe you want to tell me your most anticipated movies from next year, please tell them down below. And yeah, I hope you have a nice weekend. And bye.